Okay, today's topic is job automation,
I
job
tea coffee like
scheduling, or it is called job automation or job scheduling.
నేను టీ కాఫీ తాగేవాడిని కదా మానేశాను.
Okay, today's topic is job automation, or it is also called job scheduling. Okay, what is meant by job automation or job scheduling? Okay, so the process of creating jobs and make them occur on the system repeatedly, hourly, daily, or weekly, monthly, and yearly, called job schedule. So without the intervention of system admin, it will execute the Linux will execute the task. They're scheduled by us system admins. There is a daemon called crond will run on the background. It will look after all those things. Okay, so in Linux there is a tool called cron, cron. It will take care of that scheduling jobs. Scheduling means suppose uh, we are a system admins, we are in India right now. Okay, so generally the hours will be uh, for us it is daytime, but if our systems are located in some Australia or US like that, okay, their hours are somewhat different from us. Okay, they may run 5 or 6 hours early or late by our timings, and their business also will be like that. So suppose sometimes we need to take the backup of the ROS or system some data. So what the system admin to need, he needs to wake up at night time, or sometimes we need to take the backup. It may be on non-business hours like weekends, Saturday, Sunday, like that. So generally, if it is Saturday, Sunday, for us, we don't be on work, work on duty. So in that case, what we need to do is we can simply schedule the task. Okay, using this cron tool. Okay, later we will the system itself, it will execute it. Okay, that is called job scheduling. So no need of intervention of us, it will execute at the time. It will execute if you set it properly, if you schedule the job using cron carefully, then it will take care of that everything. So okay, that will be done using cron. There is a tool in Linux called cron. So we can do it repeatedly, hourly, repeatedly, like hourly, minute by every minute or every hour, daily, weekly, monthly also, monthly, yearly also, by using this. That's why it is called job scheduling. We can schedule a job is nothing but doing something in Linux, executing some command or executing some script or taking some backup, like that. Everything is called a job. Okay, job is nothing but like that, simple. Job is executing, suppose creating a directory, executing a command, or executing a script. Script means there is a just like a program. Okay, and taking some backups at a scheduled time, that is called job scheduling. So in Linux or Unix, we're having a tool called cron. By using this, we can schedule jobs in Linux. We're having one more tool also, that is at, but that is some old method, and using at we can execute only the schedule job at only one time only. Okay, but if you use cron job, okay, I'm mentioning it is cron is a tool, I'm mentioning it is like a job. If you use cron tool, we can execute repeatedly whatever our requirement is. We can execute a same job repeatedly according to our requirement. But if you use at command, it will be only once, but it is absolute thing. Nowadays, no, at present they are not using at tool. Okay, simply using cron, we can schedule the jobs whatever you want to do. Okay, so what are the important files to use this cron job? Okay, so slash it is a cron tab is the file which stores all the scheduled jobs. If you schedule any cron job, okay, that was stored in this location, slash etc cron tab. If you open this tab, this file location, there you will find this cron job. Okay, So one more important file for cron job is slash etc cron.del is the file used to restrict the user from using cron job. Suppose in Linux is a multi users OS na. So if you want to restrict some user, suppose if you Srikanth Harivamsi user is there, two users are there, I want to allow Srikanth only, I want to restrict Harivamsi user, then I need to give that username in this file. If you enter that username in this file, then the cron, the voice will doesn't allow that user to execute cron jobs. Okay, so in the same way, we are having one more file that is called slash etc cron.lo. So it will allow only users where the names are, if the names are mentioned in this file, then it will allow the users to execute the cron jobs. But this file doesn't exist by default, we need to create this file. Okay, we're having this file by default, but we don't have cron.lo file by default. And also one more thing, if you have both the names in this file, sorry, if you have a username in both these files, suppose if a username, suppose yogi is there, so if you are having yogi name in cron.deni as well as cron.lo, then that is there is a clash now. So it has to deny, at the same time it has to allow, then it will give the precedence to allow file only, that allow. Okay, so if you are having the name in both these files, then it will give the precedence to this file tran.lo. Okay, so next, these two are for 80, but I am not giving anything about 80. We want to google it. Okay, next, how to schedule cron job. There is specific format for this cron tab. Okay, so if you want to see what are the cron tabs for a user, what are the present cron tabs, then you need to execute this command crontab -l. I will show you. So by default, if you use this command, by default it will give the cron tabs for root user. Okay, if you want to create or edit a cron job, then you need to use this command crontab -e. Okay, so if you want to see particular user, if you want to see the cron job for a particular user, then you need to execute the command like this crontab -l -u and the username. Suppose the username is Srikanth, then -u Srikanth. I will show you right now, just I'm giving some introduction. Okay, next, if you want to remove a crontab file for a user or a root, then simply execute this one crontab -r. So if you want to update a user's file, then you will use this one. Okay, crontab -u. Okay, so these are the simple thing. This is a simple tool to use cron job. So how the cron tab, how to schedule this cron job. There's a format for this cron tab file. So if you execute like this crontab -a to edit a cron tab file, then the editor will appear like this. Okay, so you can do that two ways. First way is by using this command, second way is you can edit the file by using vim. Okay, that also can be possible. Okay, I will show you that also. Okay, so in this location you are having that file, you can edit that file also. Okay, so you know the file for this one is slash etc crontab na, there you can edit that file. Okay, next, so what are the fields that are available in cron tab? Okay, so there are totally 6 fields are there. So out of which the first 5 fields are, it will be regarding the scheduling. The last one is command or script. Job is nothing but it is a command or some script what you know you want to execute. Suppose you want to create a directory at a particular time, then you will, here you will give mkdir command and the directory name. At that time it will create the directory. So simply the last field is, sixth field is, it is a command or a script. Okay, which we want to execute at a particular time. Next, what about these 5 fields? Okay, I'm showing this these some stars like that, but just for identification I have given like that. Okay, the first field, every field I have represented like a star. Okay, the first field represents minutes. Okay, so the probable values for that one is 0 to 59. So for every hour we are having 60 minutes, so 0, it will start with 0 and ends with 59. So the next minute will be 60th minute. 60th minute again consider as 0. Okay, the second field will be hours. So it will follow croned will be follow the 24-hour format, that is 0 24. You can use 12-hour format also. Just google it, tomorrow's task, that one for you. Okay, next the third field is day of the month. So generally it is 1 to 31. So some months will have 929, but whatever it may be, automatically by default the calendar is set inside okay, that OS. It will consider based on that month. Of course we will give the fourth field as month now. So 1 to 31, between the dates you need to select it, first day to 31st. So month of the year, you're having 12 months for an year. So 1 to 12. So if it is 1, it is January. It is 12, that is December. If it is 8, then that is August. You can also mention like this also, Jan, Feb, FEB, March, MAR, like that also you can mention. Okay, you can do some practice on this. Okay, once after completing this one. And the last field is day of the week. You need to mention that day of that week also. So if you want to give it like values, numerical values, 0 to 6, it will be 0 means Sunday. Okay, it will start with Sunday. Reference is from Sunday. The reference value is 0 0 for Sunday. You can give sun also, sun, like that also. If it is 1, that is Monday. If it is 2, Tuesday, like that. If it's 6th, 6, that is Saturday. So suppose if you forget, by default if you give 7, then that will consider Sunday, that rotating format, cyclic manner. 0 is Sunday, again 7 will be Sunday, 8 will be Monday. That will consider like that. Okay, that will treat that like that. Okay, so these are the 5 fields you need to remember. Totally 6 fields. So the first 5 fields are very much you need to remember. So the first one is minutes, second one is hours, third one is day of the month, fourth one is month of the year, fifth one is day of the week, and the last one is, it is also important, this is the command or script, what you want to do, what job you want to execute. There you need to specify it. Okay, you will get some experience. I will show you how to do it. So while doing this job, you, if star is given instead of these numericals, every time it was represented as numericals now, 0 to 59. If instead of numbers, if you give a star, that then it will treat as a wild card, meaning it means any possible value. Suppose if you give star here, that means it will take as every minute. So for every minute it execute the command. Okay, like that. If you consider star here, then it will take every hour. In a day, 24 hours it will execute. For every hour, the first minute it will execute that command. Okay, if you consider like here it, for every month, yeah, on every month it will execute that. Okay, like that. So star is a wild card for it, for all, that means all. So suppose if it is given like this, star by 5, then it is stat, then it will treat it as every 5 minutes. Okay, so every point, suppose in the first, suppose if it is given in the first field, star by 5, then the job will be executed for every 5 minutes. Suppose if it is given here star by 5, it will execute for every 5 hours, like that. Okay, sometimes we need to give like this also, 2 4 2 comma 4 comma 6. If it is specified like comma, if they are separated by comma, then it treats as r. That means it is placed in some minutes, then it will consider as second minute, fourth minute, 6 minutes. If it is placed in hours, then it could mean that 2 comma 4 or 6 o'clock. Okay, you will do that. Okay, on practice session you will do that. Okay, next, if it is given like some range, that means the value between two values. Okay, 9 to 17, like this, then it treats as between 9 to 17. It will execute that between that time. Okay, suppose if it is placed as a day of the month, then this will consider as the days 9 through 17, between 9 and 17. Or if we put it in hours, it will be 9 to 17, means 5 p.m., like that. Okay, 5 o'clock in the evening. Okay, like that. If you practice, every doubt will be, these are the some of the commands you will execute in while scheduling jobs using cron. Okay, so if you want to see what are the jobs we're having for a currently logged in users, then you will execute cron tab hyphen l. That will list what are the jobs we are cron jobs, that are the scheduled jobs using cron tab hyphen l will give that output. Okay, for a logged in user. Okay, by default, if you're logged in as root, then it will use the root users here. So if you want to see the uh, cron jobs for a particular user, then you need to use this command cron tab space hyphen l hyphen u and that username. Suppose if the username is yogi, then you need to execute the command like this cron tab hyphen l hyphen u and that username is yogi. Okay, next these are the only simple things, simple commands. Okay, next where the cron tab file location will be, that is in var spool cron. This is a directory. In that directory you will have the file locations. And if you want to see whether the cron job is executed or not, okay, oh sorry, if you want to see the log messages of that cron jobs, you can find here. So after seeing that log files, you can uh, you can identify whether that cron job is executed or not. Okay, so for a system admin, these are the important files. You need to remember this one. So whenever if a cron job files, you need to go through these locations, you will observe those. Okay, I'm supposed to for example, I will give an example like that. Example here I will mention. Suppose I want to set a cron job to display the current date for every minute on your present console. I am using some console right now. Suppose I have you opened some terminal, that's called a console. If I want to display current date on my console, present console, because present, why I'm mentioning present console means you can open anywhere. On a remote session, you open console on different console. Okay, that's why I'm mentioning present console. There are a lot of consoles that are connected to your system now. Okay, you can operate from some remote location also. Okay, there are lot of consoles through which you can connect it through a system, that are terminals. Okay, so to set a cron job, what you need to do is, first you need to check the present console is. So to check on which console we are acting, just and use this command tty teletypewriter, this complete moment, but don't no, that's not much important. If you use this command, then that will list what are the present consoles that the users are using. Okay, so after that, after identifying that, you can use this command cron tab hyphen e. Okay, there enter the details. Okay, so there enter the fields like this. Okay, open that file. Suppose like this 31 22, those five fields already told now. After that, give date command here. Okay, I will show you how to do that. Okay, next, after that, after scheduling a job, what you need to do, you must do this one. Cron d is the daemon for cron job. So if cron d, you know what is a daemon is. Okay, daemon is nothing but it is a background process that was running continuously, to succeed any job. Okay, any process. Okay, so daemon, so generally the daemons will be end with some d. Okay, no need of d always, but most of them will be like that. So for cron, the daemon will be cron d. For ssh it is sshd, like that. For cron, you need to always, if you want to execute cron job, this must work properly, this must run in background properly. If it is not so, your cron job will automatically fail. Okay, so cron d is the daemon for cron jobs. Okay, so after setting every cron job, you must follow this step. Okay, you must restart your cron d daemon. Okay, cron daemon. Okay, so this daemon you need to restart it. So you know how to restart this in RHEL 6 service cron d restart. By using this command, you can restart it. So if you restart it, it will load with the reconfiguration. We have done some new task now, that will reconfigure it if you restart it. Okay, whatever the changes that was done, that will takes place. Okay, we will do that. Okay, we'll do that now. I will show you how to do that. Let's do some practice work. Okay, control L. So at now I am as a root user. Okay, I was logged in as a root user. Okay, so if you look here tty, so my present console is pts, my terminal name is pts/0. Okay, now I want to know what are the cron jobs for a root user, simply by using crontab -l. There is no crontab for root. That means I haven't scheduled any cron jobs for a root user, so there are no cron jobs. Okay, if you want to see cron job for some user, a particular user, then you what you need to do is crontab -l -u and that user. Suppose in my system I have created different users, Srikanth, Arvind, like that. Suppose I want to see for Srikanth. Of course, for Srikanth also I haven't scheduled any cron jobs. Okay, if it is scheduled, then it will give the details. We will see after scheduling some cron job. Again we will check it by using crontab -l. Okay, now I want to I want to schedule a cron job. For that, what I want to do is crontab -e. Simply enter this command. What my task is, what I want to execute is simply just schedule a job to display the current date for every minute. Every minute it has to print the date, current date, on our present console. So right now it is my console. Now. On this console I want to execute my cron jobs. My cron job is to display the current date on this job. So before executing the cron job, you must be prepared what job you need to do. So here my job is simple, executing a command on a console. So suppose if you want to execute a script, you must write the script before executing a cron job. You must check whether there are some errors or whether it is working properly or not. After that, you need to give the execution permission for that script. Later you need to incorporate that in your cron job. Okay, right now my task is just a simple command, but I want to execute on a console. So my console name is the path for my console is dev/dev pts/0. Of course this console name is /pts/0, but the path for this one is, so console is a device, so its configuration this the path for this device is in /dev. So for every device the device details are given in this one. Okay, so you must remember this path. Okay, on this only you must print your date. Okay, now I want to schedule a cron job. So to schedule a cron job, there are two ways. First way is crontab -e. If you execute that command, you will find some fields like this. The second way is sorry the second way is simply by going to the file crontab file is /etc crontab. You can you open that using vi command, vi/etc crontab. There you can edit the fields. Of course I haven't any cron jobs here, so there are nothing showing here. So if you have some active cron jobs, then it will show here. Okay, now I want to execute the cron job here. So what is my cron jobs? Generally it will have fields like this, 5 fields. Okay, and command. So what job I want to execute here? Okay, I want to execute my date on for every minute. For every minute means check. These are 5 fields. So the first field is minute, second field is hours, third field is day of the month, fourth field is month of the year, fifth field is day of the week. So for every minute means these are wild cards. For every minute means the minute for every hour, the minute for a day, every hour, for a month, every day, every hour, for a day of the week, every hour, every minute. Okay, so then how you need to give it is, it is a wild card. Okay, so simply excuse me, sorry. So every minute means, look here, every 5 minutes means it is given like this, star by 5 in the minutes field, then it will execute for every 5 minutes. The remaining hours, days and months will be stars. Just you will understand once I have done that. So what you need to give here is star, asterisk or star. It is called asterisk or star for every minute. So I am giving one space. That's minutes field is over. So for every minute you need to give like that. If it is every 5 minutes, you need to give like 5. Okay, next every hour. So every hour means so I need to give star space. Again every third field is after hour, it is day. Am I right? Day. So again it is every day. Every minute means it will come every day also. Okay, so the third field also star, I kept it as. Okay, next every month and every day of the week. Next, what command I need to execute? Date. So give some space there. After the fifth field, give space, and the date command I need to execute. Where I want to execute it? I want to execute it on uh, the field. So I need to redirect my date command. So I want to execute my date command. I need to tell where my date command will execute. Okay, so that's why I'm giving this redirectional operator. I told you what is a redirect. It will redirect the output of this date command to somewhere. We need to specify where it needs to redirect. Okay, so that path is slash dev. Already where we need to display that date command on the console we are working on. Okay, so the console path is this one, slash dev slash pts slash 0. Okay, we need to, I think you understand how my command is executing. I want to show. So simply if you give date, the date command will execute, but we don't know where it will execute. Okay, so we want to print the date on my present console. My present console is this one. So I am giving the path of my present console. I am redirecting my output of date command with this redirectional operator. This is the redirectional operator. If you give like this, the output of the first will redirect to the second file. The output of the first file will redirect to the second file. Okay, so that's this is the cron job for executing the date command, that is for every minute. Okay, now save it and check it whether it will execute or so. Save it. Escape, shift colon w. Sorry, shift colon, just like vi. You need to just, it will go to that file location only. Crontab -u means it will go to like that. Okay, it will okay, after doing that, no crontab. Now it will installing new cron job for crontab. Okay, it will give like that after saving it. Okay, now what you need to do, don't straight away execute that command. So just start your cron daemon. The cron daemon for cron is crond. So restart it. Okay, if it is previously not started, you can start it, but if it is already running, You can restart it. I'm not checking whether it is okay. It is stopping and restart, so then it will update. Now check for every minute it will update or not. The date command will display here or not. If it doesn't display, you need to troubleshoot it. We have done something wrong. So keep 1 minute idle for your console. Okay, meanwhile we'll see it. I think session is going on. I will restart my session. I will start